Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final stage here in the second race of the season here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. This is one of 3 B Division leagues hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. We had some connection problems early in the race. That is why we were only able to bring you the final stage. It is I believe it's a 162 lap shootout to the finish here. Timac works his way around trouble for you. That's Twitch Whiskers in the 48 just in front of him. It was just Ken in the 78 car winning stage 1. Mananger got second for 4 points. Your Dunson third. Timac fourth. Caleb Starr fifth. Those are the drivers that received points from stage 1. Stage 2, your Dunson won stage 2. Caleb Starr second. Kansas Kids third. Timac fourth once again. And Squirrel Nuts in fifth. Those are the drivers that received points from stage 2. And now here we are in the final stage. Your Dunson had some sort of a problem in the 6 car. He's now at the back of the field. Manual cautions are on for the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. However, there are no cautions for single car incidents unless it is a wall glitch incident. Also, no matter what happens, there are no cautions for the first 5 laps after the start of the race or after a restart. And then also, guys, there are no cautions for the final 5 laps of the race. So, for example, if a caution comes out with 11 or 10 laps to go, you might see those 2 rules apply together to create a 10-lap shootout to the finish with no cautions no matter what happens. So it really can get very exciting here. 12 cars out of the 16 drivers that participated in today's event here at Atlanta are left. We're down to 12 drivers left in the final stage here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Timac in the 24 runs in 10th, just behind his teammate Twitch Whiskers, who runs in 9th. She's shown some incredible speed here at Atlanta this weekend. Qualified 8th, and she's been in the top 10 for pretty much the entire race so far up to this point. See if we can see what's going on up ahead here. Kansas Kids in the 15 is in 8th, just in front of Twitch Whiskers. RJ Haywood has worked his way around Mananger, and I believe that was for position. RJ Haywood in the 42 looking real strong here in the early going. Trouble for you with a big run on the inside of Timac. That was for 10th. And now Kansas Kids on the inside, and it looks like he's just going to let these guys go for the time being. Must not be handling up to his liking right now. Kansas Kids has a couple of victories in the C Division leagues in NOSSCAR. Recently, he's pretty on fire right now when it comes to the 3 C Division leagues, which are also hosted here on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. For more information on all 9 of our leagues in total, and the 6 of the 9 that are hosted on the NASCAR 15 game, go to NOSSCAR.com. Whoa! Punisher Drummer in the 38 car spins on the back straightaway, and we're not sure if it was a wall glitch or if it was just simply a solo car spin. We're going to find out here shortly. And I believe the caution is indeed out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, so we're going to speed things up. Get the cars all bunched up for you guys so they can make pit stops. We will see the pit stops. As you can see, the 24, the 10, they're all just trying to simply catch up to the leader, and now they have done that, and now pit road is open. Dusty in the 14 car was involved in the incident with the 38. As you saw, he had some right front damage rather. Mananger on pit road. Caleb Starr pit road. Trouble for you pit road. RJ Haywood pit road. Wood Dog in the 3 car pit road. Timac in the 24 on pit road as well. There's the far view. Haywood takes a bit of fuel strategy or pit strategy. He's going to leave in second because Dusty stayed on the racetrack. Twitch Whiskers is going to leave and restart in third in the 48. And it looks like Timac used some strategy as well. Looks like some of these drivers took maybe 2 tires only, perhaps fuel only. And now they're going to be rewarded by starting up at the front of the pack for this restart Question is, will those tires hold on? And it's going to be Dusty, RJ Haywood, Twitch Whiskers, Ty Mac, Caleb Starr, and Wood Dog, your front six. Trouble for You and Man Anger, 7th and 8th. Green flag back in the air here for race number 2 here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. Go to NOSSCAR.com and go to the B Division page for more information on the full race results, the standings, the rules here in the Endurance Series. Whoa! The 78 just put Wood Dog in the wall coming out of turn 2. And they were still bouncing off each other going into the next one. Timac gets around Man Anger. Whoa, it looks like Wood Dog might have taken exception there, and the 78 went up the hill and made contact with the outside wall. I believe he also made contact with the 14 car of Dusty in the process. But evidently Wood Dog retaliated against Ken and put the 78 up against the outside wall. And it cost the 78 a couple positions, and now Wood Dog has gained a few on the outside groove. Your Dunson on the bottom just had to check up. Kansas Kids is going to try to go around him. Couldn't quite do it. Kansas Kids in the 15 had to check up. Now here comes Timac in the 24. He's going to try to work his way around RJ Haywood as well in the 42. He seems to do it. Ken in the 78 did the same. Your Dunson in the 6 did the same. And now Kansas and RJ Haywood fall in line for the time being. Your race leader, the 31 of Larson Rocks. Actually, now that I'm getting a better look at it, folks, it appears that Caleb Starr in the 95 is the race leader. He's the race leader. Wood Dog in the 3 has found his way up to the 2nd position. And Ken gives a bump now to Timac down the back straightaway. Kansas Kids in the 15 right there with him. And that's your Dunson in the 6 just in front of these guys. This is all for position. There's Man Anger in the 17 just behind this 3-car battle. It's a battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th on the racetrack. Oh, we heard the contact. It looked like Wood Dog got into the wall in the 3. Now the 24 is making some ground on him. Wood Dog was running in 2nd place. Climbed all the way from the back to the front, and now we have a caution on the racetrack. Caution here for the 2nd time here in the final stage at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Race number 2 here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. There is a playoff system at the end of the year, folks. So keep in mind that the race winner gets 5 playoff points, and the stage winners get 1 playoff point as well. Now it looks like Caleb Starr is going to use some sort of strategy to get out of the pits with the race lead. There's Twitch Whiskers in the 48. She's going to try to do the same. Timac in the 24 gets out in 3rd. Trouble for You gets out 4th. Your Dunson 5th. Looks like Just Ken in the 78 car came out in P6. And I don't believe anybody stayed out. So that truly will be the front runners for the restart here. And I believe they are going this time. Green flag is out at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Remember, no cautions for the first 5 laps after a restart, so these guys really got to keep their nose clean. Oh, Twitch Whiskers nearly got a bump from your done son. Looked like she came down the track a little bit, not knowing he was there. Caleb Starr up on the outside, Timac down low. Caleb Starr made contact with the wall, and we have a new leader, the 24. In fact, Caleb Starr lost a ton of positions, and whoa, contact between the 15 of Kansas Kids and Twitch Whiskers in the 48. Kansas Kids looked like he got into the back of the 48 and spun Twitch Whiskers around. She spun towards the start-finish line area. Remember, there are no cautions for the first 5 laps after a restart. And as of now, no cars are 1 lap down. So if she goes a lap down here, she'll immediately be the first car eligible. And whoa, problems for the 42 of RJ Haywood. Hard contact with the outside wall. He went nose first, and that looked like a vicious hit with the outside wall in turn 1 and 2 back there. Tough break for RJ Haywood. He was running strong in this race early in the going, up in the top 5, looking good. We'll see if he can recover. He's going to have some front end damage, we know that. Timac, the race leader, he's being followed closely now, though, by the 78 of Just Ken. Or no, it's Wood Dog in the 3 in second place, but Wood Dog's got a challenger for it. See if we can get a better look at it. It's your done son in the number 6 car, and then it's Just Ken in the 78. It's Trouble for You in the 10 car, and Man Anger in the 17. That's your top 6. Then I believe it's Kansas Kids in the 15. Oh, it's actually Kansas Kids in the 15 running in 6, Man Anger in the 17 running in 7th, folks. Your done son looking low on Wood Dog, that is for second. He's got to run. Tires fall off quick here at Atlanta. Perhaps Wood Dog burned his rubber up trying to get to the front. He's went from the back to the front on a few occasions here at Atlanta Motor Speedway today. And now your done son in the 6 takes second place from Wood Dog. Trouble for You is under fire from Kansas Kids. They're side by side for 4th and 5th back there. Kansas Kids on the inside, and he's going to get the job done and take 4th. Trouble for You now gets back to the bottom right away to try to keep Ken in the 78 behind him. Just Ken in the 78 has worked his way around Man Anger. And it's really a 7-car battle for second on back. And it looked like there might have even been some contact a moment ago between Man Anger and Just Ken. Looked like Man Anger had to chase it down the track and gather it up. And we're under caution, folks. It was the incident with Man Anger and Just Ken, and I believe Trouble for You. I believe those 3 cars got involved in a wreck. Punisher Drummer in the 38, Caleb Starr in the 95 were able to dodge it. There's Dusty in the 14, that's Twitch Whiskers in the 48. She needed this caution, so did RJ Haywood. Remember, they're pretty far behind after having incidents on the racetrack, and now they'll be right back behind their competitors, and they'll be able to challenge for position once again. And by the way, we should make note that the 15 car, Kansas Kids, stays on the racetrack. He's on the racetrack, he's going to stay out, he's going to get the bonus point, and we're going to see how he does on the restart, and hopefully he can maintain his position. Man Anger gets off pit road first out of all the drivers who decided to pit. Timac comes out second, your done son 3rd, Dusty 4th, Ken 5th in the 78 car there, and I believe it was RJ Haywood in 6th. So even with the damage, Haywood making up a lot of valuable track position on pit road. Those number 42 pit crew guys getting the job done for him. There's Trouble for You in the 10, and Dusty is the free pass car, so he's going to go around and catch the tail of the field. And when he does, we're going to get back going racing here. We're still not going green, folks. They are waiting for everybody to be lined up and ready to go. Here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, we're under caution for the third time here in the final stage. There was a total of 7 cautions called between stage 1 and 2. Here in the final stage, we've only had 3. Green flag back in the air here at Atlanta. Kansas Kid's your leader. Man angered, about to maybe lose second there. Timac in the 24 is the first out of the drivers with the 4 fresh tires, and he's going to capitalize on this, and he's going to take the lead. Man Anger in second. Oh, but Ken gets into... Oh, and Ken got into Man Anger, put him up in the wall. That was a battle for second place, and it didn't look like Ken was playing very nice. Put the 17 in the wall. Trouble for You is going to capitalize and take second from the 78. Wood Dog in the 3 trying to take third, but he got loose and went up the racetrack. He's going to lose a few spots. Talking about Wood Dog in the 3. So Ken in the 78 car is in third. Your Dunson in the 6 is in fourth. Actually, your Dunson just made a power move on the outside around the 78 car to take that spot. So your Dunson put the 6 car up to third. Put Ken back to fourth in the 78. Caleb Starr in the 95 runs in fifth. Caleb Starr has a total of 5 points between the 2 stages, finishing second in stage 2 and I believe 5th in stage 1. That is a total of 5 points that he will get extra at the end of the race, on top of the points he will get from the position he gets in the final finishing order. This is, what you're watching right now, guys, is the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. It is one of 3 B-Division leagues of NOSSCAR, hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. All 3 of the C-Division leagues are also hosted on this very same game, NASCAR 15 on PlayStation 3. The 3 A-Divisions of NOSSCAR, if you're curious, are starting on January 15th, 2018 on the NASCAR Heat 2 video game on the PlayStation 4 console. We're very excited about it. For more information on how to sign up for any one of our 9 official sanctioned NOSSCAR leagues, go to NOSSCAR.com. You can scroll to the bottom of the homepage and you'll find details and info on how to sign up and become a driver. You can choose to run in as many leagues as you want. There is no minimum or maximum requirement. In fact, there's very few requirements to be a driver in NOSSCAR. Be a respectful driver on the track and off, respect your peers, and you're more than welcome to compete with us. They're all chasing Timac in the 24. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching race number 2 here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series, live on YouTube on YT. Hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. Sponsored by Milner Transport. Go to facebook.com/Milner Transport. Give them a thumbs up to learn more about this amazing company. We'll be right back. Quick note, Punisher Drummer up to 4th in the 38 car. And put your Dunson up to the 2nd position. Another quick note, Punisher Drummer up to 3rd. Trouble for You has slipped from 2nd to 4th. Might be taking it easy. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're still here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, race number 2 of the NOSSCAR Endurance Series, one of 3 B-Division NOSSCAR leagues hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. Everyone's chasing Timac in the 24. He is your current race leader. Your Dunson is in the 2nd position in the number 6 car. Punisher Drummer in 3rd in the 38. Just Ken in the 78 car just got around. Trouble for You for the 4th position. So put Trouble for You in the number 10 car back to 5th. He was running up there in 2nd, and I think that the tires are just starting to fall off for the 10. And problem there for the 42 of RJ Haywood. He went back up towards the track. I think he got loose and then tried to save it and catch it, and he had to go up towards the outside wall to do so, and he made contact. I believe we might be staying green from this. Remember, there are no cautions from solo car incidents unless it is from a wall glitch. A wall glitch is simply when you just barely scuff the wall, just scrape it, and it sends your car like a boomerang flying to the left, and you often make contact with the inside wall, and it often ruins your race. But I don't think that's what happened to the 42 in this case. I think he's going to go down pit road to try to repair some of that damage. He's the only car right now 1 lap down, so he will be getting the free pass. And here in NOSSCAR, you can also do a wave around as well as the free pass if you're the only car a lap down or more. So there's many options here for RJ Haywood to get back on the lead lap and race for the win. I should also add he's doing very well in the NOSSCAR Sportsman Series on Friday nights, sitting inside the top 5 in the point standings. Well, the story of the race right now is that Timac 11 in the 24 seems to have the fastest car on the racetrack right now. And it definitely was not the story early in the race. He had I would say about a 5th or 6th place car in stage 1 and 2, and now in the final stage he finds himself having the best car out there. And judging by the lap times and the look of the cars, I would say that the number 6 car of your Dunson and the number 78 of Just Ken are the other 2 quickest cars on the racetrack right now. They are now running in 2nd and 3rd. Punisher Drummer in the 38 car now runs 4th. He's been passed by the 78 of Just Ken. That is the 17 car of Mananger just in front of the race leader, and it might be Twitch Whiskers just in front of Mananger up there as well. They're in danger of going 1 lap down here to the leader Timac in the 24, and now we should also add that your Dunson in the 6 car is gaining a little bit of ground on the 24. We might see a battle for the race lead before too long, as Timac used all his tires. There's 2nd place runner, your Dunson. Always a top 5 competitor everywhere he goes. He's very, very consistent. Very consistent at staying towards the front. Now you can see that some of these drivers are starting to search around the racetrack a little bit for some grip. They're coming up on green flag pit stops unless we see a caution. So the question is, when do they pit? Do they chance it and short pit to have the faster car for the longer period of time? Or do they stay on the racetrack thinking that maybe a one-car wall glitch or a two-car pileup or more might occur? Whoa, looks like you're done, son. Wall glitched over there in turn 3, and I'm not sure, he might have gathered it up and saved it. This might cause a caution. It's completely up to the NOSSCAR officials. And I believe he might have been able to save it and hang on. He's still going. So I don't know if we're going to see a caution from this or not. They're all chasing the 24. And now Timac beginning to come up on lap traffic. It is Twitch Whiskers in the 48 and Man Anger in the 17. Timac's able to get around them both clean. Man Anger was also able to make a pass on Twitch Whiskers. She's able to still take a wave around if she wants to get her lap back. But it's always better to be the free pass car because you always have the option to pit under the caution. So those cars are right now battling for 10th and 11th, folks. RJ Haywood runs in 12th. Remember, 12 drivers made it to the final stage here at Atlanta. 16 drivers started the race. Squirrel Nuts, Larson Rocks, One-Eyed Rat, and Tyler Scott are going to finish 13th through 16th positions, respectfully. And now, after only 2 events this season, when this race has concluded, we will have 32 drivers with at least 1 point in the point standings. Everyone seems to be taking a strong liking to the NOSSCAR Endurance Series, the realistic distance, the realistic tire wear and fuel use, and the strategy involved to get the good finishes. And now we get a report that Ken in the 78 car is starting to close in on your done son. That will be a battle for 2nd and 3rd here before long. Now, I believe green flag pit stops might have begun, because I don't see your done son in the number 6 car, and I don't see Just Ken in the 78 car anymore either, and they were both there battling for position. Whoa, and problems for the 10 of Trouble for You, and that's going to bring out a yellow for sure. We know that. So we're going to fast forward. We know that a yellow is coming. And now the signal has been given. The drivers are all slowing down, and whoa, problems under caution there. Man Anger was getting a push from someone else, and Timac ended up getting into the outside wall. So all the drivers that are 1 lap down are going to go around and join the tail because they will be taking the wave around. And now Timac, your done son, Caleb Starr. The 78 stays out, folks. Evidently, he came down pit road right before the caution came out and got lucky, got a break, so he was able to stay out and take the race lead here. Timac wins the race off pit road. Caleb Starr, the 95, your done son in the 6. Looks like Dusty in the 14, Punisher Drummer in the 38. Wood Dog in the 3. Question is, where is the 78 car? Did he stay out, or is he going around to... We're getting a report that Just Ken made a pit stop under the caution, but he was the first car 1 lap down. He got around Man Anger And he's back on the lead lap at the back of the field. Green flag is out. Timac in the 24, your Dunson in the 6, Caleb Starr in the 95. That's your top three. Punisher Drummer in the 38 car runs in fourth. He's having a solid race. Remember, Punisher Drummer won the first race of the season here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series at Daytona. Remember, no cautions are called for the first 5 laps after the start of the race or a restart. So all these drivers need to really keep their nose clean for the first few laps. Because if you get into somebody at this point, it's pretty much like taking the gloves off in hockey. And it's on. Wood Dog takes fourth from Punisher Drummer. I believe it's Kansas Kids in the 15 car running in sixth. He's having a good run. It is. Dusty in the 14 and 7th. Just Ken in the 78 and 8th. Mananger in 9th. And I believe it might have been Trouble for You running in 10th, and Twitch Whiskers in 11th. We're getting a report that RJ Haywood had severe damage, and he's chose to park the car simply because it's not keeping up to a good speed and keeping competitive with the line of cars. So tough break for RJ Haywood, having a wonderful season in the Sportsman Series on Friday nights, but off to a bit of a rough start in the Endurance Series. He will finish in 12th in today's event, so that means 11 cars are now left on the racetrack. You're watching the battle for the lead here at race 2 of the NASCAR Endurance Series at Atlanta between Timac, your Dunson, and Caleb Starr. That is your front three. And they're all pretty much nose to tail. Wood Dog at 4th, Punisher Drummer 5th, Kansas Kids in 6th, Just Ken in the 78 and 7th, Dusty in 8th. That is your top 8, folks. For more information, go to NOSSCAR.com to learn how to sign up and become a driver, or to check out your favorite drivers' race results or where they stand in the current points standings. You can also search NOSSCAR Series Racing on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Give us a follow, a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe. We'll do the same right back. You're done, son, all over the back bumper now of Timac. Battle for the lead. Caleb Starr's not far behind either in the number 95. Look at these three. 2 Fords chasing the Chevy. And then not too far behind him is Wood Dog. And Just Ken just got around Kansas Kids for 5th. So put Kansas Kids in the 15 back in 6th. Punisher Drummer in the 38 back in 7th. Punisher Drummer comes into this event as the points leader, so he's just simply hoping to try to escape with good points. He's got to win, so therefore he's locked into the playoffs at the end of the season. Wood Dog comes into this event second in the standings, so he's looking to gain some ground, perhaps take the points lead before the day is over. Mananger in the 17 car came into this race 6th in the standings, looking for a good showing. He had some bad luck early in the race, so he finds himself running in 10th position as of right now. But he's a very consistent driver, and manual cautions are on, so he still has a fighting chance here. All 11 cars that are left on the racetrack are on the lead lap. Caleb Starr in the 95 car came into this race 7th in the point standings, and he's having a great run right now, up in 3rd. Just Ken in the 78 is up to 4th. Kansas Kids is up to 5th. The leaders are coming up on Twitch Whiskers here in the 48 car. Evidently she has made contact with the outside wall, and now she is going 1 lap down as of right now. However, she is the only car 1 lap down. So if a caution were to come out, she would immediately get the free pass and be back on the lead lap. It's a very competitive race. All these drivers, for the most part, are very even-steven. They're all in one big pack, nose to tail. So when you make one error, you're losing a few spots right away. And because of that, if one or two drivers do make some sort of an error, there's not too many cars that are one lap down or more to contend with for that free pass spot. So there's a bit of a safety net happening here, especially since we are down now to only 11 cars left in the race. 16 cars started the event. This is the final stage here of the NOSSCAR Endurance Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, race 2 of the first ever NOSSCAR Endurance Series season, hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. We're getting a report that just as I was talking about it, a caution came out, and I'm not quite sure what for, but this is going to be good news for the 48. You just saw her go around the leaders. She's going to go join the tail of the field. Pit road is open. It was Dusty in the 14 car bringing out the caution. Evidently he wall glitched coming out of one of the turns. And the race off pit road, it looks like it's going to be Ty Mack in the 24, your Dunson in the 6. And a big gap back to the rest of the drivers. We're going to fast forward to the restart, folks. Looks like Caleb Starr came out third. And now we're actually in the middle of our halfway mark break here in the final stage of the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. The race at Atlanta. We are halfway through the final stage. Now these drivers simply taking a 5 to 10 minute break here just to kind of reset their engines and gather themselves for the remainder of the race. As you can see, Kansas Kid's in the 15 is antsy. He wants to go. Just Ken in the 78 looks antsy. He wants to go. Halfway through. Final stage here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, race 2 of the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. Go to NOSSCAR.com for more information on how to sign up and become a driver in any of the 9 leagues that we host and sanction here in the world of NOSSCAR. We have 65 plus drivers. 9 leagues in total, 6 on the NASCAR 15 video game on PS3, and 3 starting on January 15th, 2018 on the PlayStation 4 console on NASCAR Heat 2. And it appears that the halfway break is over. They are going to restart this time at the line, folks. Ty Mack, your Dunson, Caleb Starr, Kansas Kids, Just Ken, Wood Dog. That is your front 6. Punisher Drummer in 7th. Green flag is out here at Atlanta. Your Dunson in 2nd. Kansas Kid's got a great run on the outside. He's challenging Caleb Starr for 3rd. Oh, they're getting really close there in turns 3 and 4. They're making it work. Both of them got a good run out of 4. They're still side by side coming to the line. It's going to be Caleb Starr at the line, holding 3rd. He's now going to clear him, getting into 1. And that is Just Ken in the 78 car now on the inside of Kansas Kids. He's going to take 4th. So put the 15 of Kansas Kids back to 5th for the time being. Wood Dog in the 3 car runs in 6th. Punisher Drummer runs in 7th in the 38 machine. Dusty in the 14 runs in 8th. Twitch Whiskers in the 48 runs in 9th. Man Anger in the 17 car rounding out the top 10. I like like this camera view, you can really see how close they are to Timac and how close they are to each other as well. Caleb Starr looks to the outside to try to make a move on You're Done Son. That's going to be for second if he can make it stick. He couldn't quite do it, and now he's got a challenger on the bottom, and that's Ken in the 78. They're all gaining ground in the 24 now. You're pretty much watching a 7-car battle for the race lead here, folks. Punisher Drummer in the 7th position is not far behind these guys either. The top 7 are all within 1.2 seconds of each other. Excuse me, 1.6 rather. It's slowly, gradually increasing at this point. Timac holds the bottom. You're Done Son tries the middle. Caleb Starr does as well. You're Done Son nearly hit the wall. The leader does. You're Done Son got a little loose coming out of the turn, and Timac hit the wall. Caleb Starr on the outside looking for third, or looking for second, but he's got to be careful to not lose third to Just Ken in the 78, because he's looking on the bottom every time Caleb Starr peeks to the outside of You're Done Son. Except for this corner, until I say something, because now the 78 runs the outside, trying to get the draft from the 95. They both make contact with the outside wall coming out of the turn. Wood Dog still in 5th. Kansas Kids runs in 6th. Punisher Drummer in 7th. We're hearing that Dusty in the 14 has had a problem, and it is now Twitch Whiskers running in 8th, Man Anger in 9th, Dusty in 10th. Trouble for You in the green number 10 car runs in 11th, trying to rebound from his early wall glitch incident. He's got a yellow motor, which means in the world of NASCAR 15 video game terminology, just simply means that he's not up to full power any longer. Green motor means you're good. Yellow motor means you're not so good. Brown motor means you might want to park it. Red motor means you're on fire. They're all chasing the race leader, Timac in the 24 car. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Race 2 here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series, hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. It is one of 3 B-Division NOSSCAR leagues hosted on this game, and all 3 of the C-Division leagues are also hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game as well. Go to NOSSCAR.com for more information. Scroll to the bottom of the homepage to find info on how to sign up and become a driver. Or you can check out the B and C Division pages to see who's winning and how well everyone's doing in the point standings. We'll be right back, folks. We go NOSSCAR nonstop. update. Your Dunson in second, running down Timac. Just Ken in the 78 now finds himself in third. Wood Dog in the 3 car in fourth. Now it appears the gap is actually increasing between the front runners. Timac in the 24 may be showing that he's got the long run car to hold the lead. And there you saw the gap is definitely increasing between the 24 and the 6. 6 car driven by your Dunson runs in second. Just Ken in the 78 car gaining ground on him, trying to take the position. He currently runs in third. And we got a report that Just Ken in the 78 car has passed your Dunson in the 6 to take over the second position. There you see. The black car is now in front of the blue car. And the 78 car now runs in second. Amazingly, all 11 drivers that are left in the race are still on the lead lap and running very competitively. And since we had so much attrition since the start of the race, having 16 drivers begin, the odds of having cautions have really decreased because there are less cars on the racetrack for there to be a 2 or 3 car incident. Remember, there are no cautions at all for a solo car incident unless it is because of a wall glitch problem, which means you slightly make contact with the wall, but it treats it like you smacked it and it sends you flying to the left to the inside of the racetrack. So there's really not too much there might not be very many more cautions left in this race, so it might come down to track position, and right now the 24's got the best track position. Ken in the 78 in second. Wood Dog in the 3 car now runs in third. He is evidently past your Dunson in the 6. So put your Dunson now back to 4th, unless he has already made his green flag pit stop. Perhaps short pitting might be the race-winning strategy. Question is, will he force these other drivers to do the same and come down and make a pit stop much sooner than they have to based on the amount of fuel they have? Not this time, at least. The top 3 stay out for one more at the very least. What do you say we do a crank it up? They still do it. They've done it for years over on NASCAR on Fox. Let's do it here in Atlanta. Let's listen to the 24 engine. Time to crank it back down. '24 car still your race leader. There's Twitch Whiskers in the 48 car. She's trying to stay on the lead lap. I believe she's yet to make her green flag pit stop. She might be trying to do some sort of fuel strategy here. If she thinks it's going to go green the rest of the race, she might be able to try to get into the fuel window where she can make it on 2 more pit stops. Perhaps 1, if she can really manage those tires and that fuel. The tires are going to give up before the fuel does. We all know that, especially at Atlanta Motor Speedway. These drivers will be screaming for tires long before they're screaming for fuel. We're now getting a report that the 14 car of Dusty was involved in a heavy wreck, and he is now out of today's event here at Atlanta. The 14 car has pulled the car, the driver of the 14 car has pulled it behind the wall to the garage, and he is now going to finish in 11th place. This leaves 10 drivers left on the racetrack. 16 started the event. And now there's Ken in the 78 car coming to pit road. Wood Dog's already come to pit road. And your Dunson in the 6. He pit a long time ago. So he is gaining a lot of ground on the 24 right now. After the 24 makes his pit stop, I'm fairly certain that the 6 of your Dunson, the 3 of Wood Dog, and perhaps the 78 of Just Ken will be in front of the 24. There's your Dunson in the 6. He's gaining on the 24. The question is, does Timac come to pit road to avoid all of this and maintain his track position? Or does he think that he can make it to the end on fuel if he stays out for as long as possible? We'll find out. Also keep in mind, Twitch Whiskers, she's now the first car 1 lap down, and when Timac makes his pit stop, she's going to be, I was about to say she might be ahead of your Dunson or challenging him to stay on the lead lap, but your Dunson is on the same lap as Twitch Whiskers. because your Dunson has made his pit stop. So everything has been jumbled up in the air as of right now. Question is, when does Timac make his pit stop? The longer he stays out, he's losing. I would say anywhere from a half a second to a full second per lap. But how important is fuel and making it all the way to the end without having to pit again and get fuel? The problem is, if he doesn't make his pit stop for quite a while, and then he does, and then he's way behind everybody, and a caution comes out, he loses the lead. If he stays out here until he's got a pit, and then a caution comes out and he's still on the racetrack, he's going to still be the leader, and he's going to trap some cars one lap down. And he'll be able to make his pit stop, more than likely come out with the race lead still, and have fresh tires and a full tank of gas. So this could pay off for the 24, or it really could cost him getting the win. And the reason why short pitting can make you faster is because when you come down and get those 4 fresh tires and go back out on the racetrack, you're way faster than that guy that didn't make his pit stop yet. But then it kind of gets flipped. After Timac would make his pit stop, he would be much faster having fresher tires as well. So it becomes a game of cat and mouse and what you prefer. And clearly it looks like Timac in the 24 prefers tires for the tail end of the race. But it's costing him a lot of track time, deer track time. Punisher Drummer in the 38 car now on pit road. And your Dunson in the 6 is closing in on Timac to unlap himself. But Timac's now able to see just how much better fresh tires really are. And it's got to be driving him crazy. Your Dunson now makes the pass in the 6. Well, at this point, Timac can't really abandon his strategy, because if he does, then he's not going to make it to the end on fuel or tires, and it wasn't worth staying out extra laps anyway. So he's got to try to make it work at this point. He's got the 78 of Just Ken catching him as well to unlap himself. Remember, he made his pit stop already. Out of all the front runners, your Dunson made the pit stop first, and then then Wood Dog rather, and then Just Ken in the 78 car. Timac in the 24 running the high line. His tires got to be real worn out at this point in the fuel run. In the tire run, I guess is what we should be calling it. Just Ken is getting closer. He's got a good run down the back straightaway. Ooh, looked like Timac in the 24 made contact with the wall. And now the 24 is going to slow down and let the 78 go by. Remember the history between these two. Battling for the Short Track Series Championship. And battling for the Season 5 NOSSCAR X2 Series Championship. Both of which were only separated by 2 points. Just Ken in the 78, the champion in the Short Track Series. Timac 11 in the 24, the NOSSCAR X2 Series champion. Have one heck of a history here in the world of NOSSCAR. And oh! In the 38, a Punisher Drummer just slammed the 24 there in turn 4. And now Timac choosing to come to pit road. Coming down to get service. And if it looked like he was speeding, remember guys, all 6 of the sanctioned NOSSCAR leagues on the NASCAR 15 video game have no black flags. When you have the black flags on, drivers simply lose connection to the race lobby, even if it's not them that gets the black flag. As soon as one driver gets one, seems to be 2, 3, 4 drivers are immediately ejected off the racetrack. So the drivers are always encouraged to fly down pit road as quick as they can. And now Timac leaves pit road and he scored in the 5th position, folks. Or excuse me, 4th position rather. Your Dunson in the 6 car is the race leader. Just Ken is in 2nd in the 78. Wood Dog is in 3rd. Timac in 4th. And Caleb Starr in the 95 car runs in 5th, just behind the 24 car. Now the question is, can Timac make it to the end on fuel? And was this gamble of staying out and not short pitting with the rest of the drivers, was it worth it? And is it going to work for the 2014? The leader, your Dunson, has a huge gap on Timac. It's about 13 seconds, but it's shrinking, folks. It was at 14 and a half a lap ago. Timac and those fresh tires making them work. We're going to take a short break from commentary, guys. You're watching Race 2 of the NOSSCAR Endurance Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. Go to NOSSCAR.com for more information on how to sign up and become a driver, or to simply check out your favorite driver and how he's doing, or how she's doing, in the race results and the final point standings. We'll be right back, guys. And we're getting a report that there is a caution on the speedway, folks. Caution here at Atlanta. And that really throws a wrench into everything, folks. Just Ken is the leader. Your Dunson is in 2nd. Wood Dog is in 3rd. Trouble for You 4th. But it looks like Wood Dog's going to stay out. Perhaps, I'm not sure. And now everybody else comes down pit road, trying to see if Wood Dog stayed out or not. I can't quite tell. And oh, he came down pit road, but he, I guess, was not sure if he was coming down pit road or not. Lost a few positions doing so. We're getting very close to the end of the race, folks. There's about 50 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Race 2 here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. Remember, Punisher Drummer in the 38 car, he won the season opener at Daytona. Daytona 500 winner. It was a 30-car event. We had to host 2 different qualification races to see who the top 8 drivers were that were advancing to the feature. All 30 drivers, received points. And it looks like Twitch Whiskers in the 48 car is going to stay on the racetrack. She led a lap and she's going to be the leader for the restart. We're down to 10 cars on the racetrack. 16 drivers started the event. And we're getting ready here for the restart, I believe. We might not be going this time because I don't think everybody is in formation. Yeah, we're not going this time, folks. They are going to go one more time around slow, so we are just simply going to hold the fast forward button and get you to the finish. Get you to the shootout here. Remember, there are no cautions for the first 5 laps after the start of the race or a restart. So no matter what, there won't be any cautions for the first 5 laps. Green flag is out. Ken is going to try to take the bottom to get second from Twitch Whiskers. He will. Remember, she doesn't have fresh tires. And she went way up the hill, actually. You can tell that the fresh tires mean way too much here at Atlanta, but she gets the bonus point for leading a lap, folks. Just Ken in second, Caleb Starr in third, your Dunson fourth, Wood Dog fifth, Trouble for You sixth, Kansas Kid seventh, Punisher Drummer eighth, Twitch Whiskers ninth, and Man Anger rounding out the top 10. We got ourselves a battle for the race lead here between the 24 and the 78, and we've seen that many times in the past. Caleb Starr in third, trying to use the outside line, find a line up there to run down these front 2. Wood Dog in the number 3 car in fifth, trying the outside line as well. Coming off the corner, there you see Ken trying to get closer to the 24. Use the draft down the straightaway. We got 5 cars battling for the race lead here. And then the second group, being led by Trouble for You, has Kansas Kids and Punisher Drummer in it as well. At this point, I think Twitch Whiskers needs a caution because those worn tires are not going to get her too far. She more than likely has fuel to the finish, but she's not going to be competitive with the worn tires. I think she just simply wanted the bonus point for leading a lap. Timac in the 24. Trying to get a little bit further ahead of the 78. He knows that if he's right in front of the 78, then just Ken can use the draft. And now the 17 of Man Anger had some sort of issue. He goes one lap down in the 17 car. And now we're watching a 4-car battle for the lead. I'm not sure what happened to Wood Dog in the 3, but he's no longer inside the top 8. Or the top 7, rather. Getting a report that it's Man Anger in 10th, Wood Dog in 9th, and Twitch Whiskers in 8th, so evidently something had to have happened to Wood Dog in the 3 machine. Comes into this race second in the points standings. He won stage 1 and 2 at Daytona, but was not able to win the race. Punisher Drummer in the 38 car was able to do that. To check the 30 car full race results, go to NOSSCAR.com and go to the B Division page. Scroll to the bottom and find the NOSSCAR Endurance Series information. We have about 35 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just Ken is getting closer and closer to the 24. You're done, son, in the 6 car. In third. Not letting these guys get too far in front of him either. Caleb Starr, the 95, still runs in 4th, and he's still right with these guys as well. He seems to really like the outside line. And he's making it work for him. He's keeping right with these guys. Mananger in the 17 is the 5th car in line, but he's also the first car and only car right now, 1 lap down. So he's not in the 5th position, he's currently scored in 10th, but he will get the free pass if a caution does come out before the end of the race. And now the battle for the lead heating up, and the 78 gave a shot to the 24. And this is coming out of turn 4. Ken couldn't quite get the run on the bottom. Timac was forced to the outside, but that gave him the run getting out of turn 4 that he needed to stay in the lead. And the 78's still right there, guys. These guys are searching around for some grip on this racetrack. They change their line almost every single corner to try to find something that's working. Your Dunson in the 6 car runs in 3rd, still right there with them. Caleb Starr in the 95 runs in 4th. One slip by any of these guys, and the whole complexion of the running order can change. They're starting to get the littlest bits spread out now, a little bit of room in between them. They might all be trying to cool their tires a little bit to try to make a charge towards the lead. Cool them down, get some grip back into them, and then try to make a run towards the 24. You're watching one heck of a battle for the race lead here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's race number 2 here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. Posted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. Go to NOSSCAR.com for more information on how to sign up and become a driver, or to check out the race results and the full race standings, the point standings for all 9 of our leagues. Not one of these front 4 have made a mistake. The first one to do so will lose a ton of track time and will no longer be contending for the lead. But so far they've all been flawless. The 24 is starting to get a little bit of ground on the 78. Caleb Starr still committed to the top line. Kind of looks like your Dunson likes the bottom. Looks like Just Ken is changing his line quite a bit, but prefers the middle somewhere. And Timac changes his corner line almost every single time, but he kind of prefers the middle as well. It's Punisher Drummer in the 38 car running in 5th. He's just simply not in this pack battling for the lead. And now there's more of a battle for 2nd going on than there is for the lead. Your Dunson is all over the back bumper of Just Ken in the 78 car. Caleb Starr starting to lose a bit of ground to the front 3. He might require a caution to get back up towards the leaders and challenge for it. As does Punisher Drummer and the other drivers, running 5th on back. Wood Dog has recovered from his mistake early in this restart run. He's now running in 8th. And we should be giving a call out to Twitch Whiskers. She's had a top 7, top 8 car all race long. She's on old tires right now. She chose to stay out and lead a lap to get the bonus point. She could really use a caution to come down and get some tires as well. Because who knows if some of these guys are going to gamble if a late race caution comes out. If some of these guys take 2 tires and she takes 4, it could be real interesting. Looking for her first career win. And now the 78 of Just Ken is getting really close to the 24. And the battle for the lead is heating up once again. Ken's using the outside line, and he seems to be finding some speed up there. And now he tucks low for turn 3 and 4. So did Timac. Your Dunson runs in third. He's lost a bit of ground to the front two. Caleb Starr runs in fourth. In the 95, Punisher Drummer in the 38 runs in fifth. Kansas Kids in the 15 runs in sixth. Trouble for You in the 10 runs in seventh. Wood Dog in the 3 runs in 8th. Twitch Whiskers runs in 9th in the 48 car. And Man Anger in the 17 car runs in 10th. He's the only car one lap down. At this point in the race, he simply needs a caution to get the free pass, and then he'll have a heck of a shot to run towards the top 5 finish. Timac trying to stay in front of the 78 car. He knows he doesn't have too many more laps to have to do that. About 20 laps to go, I believe, here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And now at this point, if you're Ken in the 78, you're searching everywhere for some grip, and you're hoping Timac makes mistakes. And Timac just did. He came out of turn 2, made contact with the outside wall. Now, is that going to affect the handling of the 24? It certainly slowed him down a little bit. Here comes the 78 car. Just Ken looking for the race lead. Timac trying to hold him off. Your Dunson hopes they get into each other and gets around him to take the win for himself. Your Dunson and Caleb Starr are not too far behind. They will be able to pounce if there is a problem between the front two. This is setting up for an amazing run to the finish here. If you're just joining us, guys, you're watching the battle for the win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is race 2 here in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series, one of 3 B Division leagues hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. In fact, all 3 of the C Division leagues are also hosted here on the NASCAR 15 video game. And the 78 of Just Ken is getting real close to the 24. Remember, they battled for the Season 5 NOSSCAR X2 Series Championship. Timac won it by 2 points. Then they battled for the NOSSCAR Short Track Series Championship. Just Ken won it by 2 points as well. So they are technically scored 1-1 if you wanna count championship battles between the two. Timac, of course, a 3-time X2 Series champion and a former Milner Cup Series champion as well. But he was not really in a big all-out driving contest with the 78 of Just Ken for those championships. Getting a report, guys, of a caution. There is a caution on the racetrack. The number 10 car of Trouble for You has wall glitched in the late laps here. This is going to change everything. They're going to restart with only 5 laps to go. And now everybody choosing to come down pit road. Tires are just way too important, and there's not too many cars left on the track, so not really anybody you'll have to deal with. Timac wins the race off pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. Just Ken in second. Caleb Starr third. This is going to be one heck of a restart with 5 laps to go, folks, for the win here at Atlanta. These guys are tired. They're hurt. They're sore. It's been a wild 500-mile event. And the green flag is in the air. Can Timac hold them off? Or can Ken get around them and take the victory? Or can Caleb Starr capitalize? There was a bit of a connection error there for a moment. Some of the drivers started to go towards the wall. That's not actually what was happening. It is now stabilized, and we're stable in green, folks. 4 laps to go at the line. Ken all over the back bumper of Timac here. And I believe it's under 4 laps to go, actually. Coming around at a turn 2. Going into turn 3 and 4. Ken with a big run through. Can't quite make it work. Caleb Starr runs in third. Punisher Drummer battling with him on the inside for 4th. But remember, the 95 has been strong on the outside line all race long. Here comes Ken in the 78 again. Another big run of momentum trying to chase down the 24. Now down the back straightaway, trying to find out who wins the Endurance Series race at Atlanta, race 2 of the season. Ken comes real close to the back bumper that time. Couldn't quite get alongside him though. White flag is in the air. Ken in the 78, trying to make a move. Had a big run of momentum, gives Timac a bit of an arrow push, trying to lift the back tires off the racetrack and get them loose. And now going into the final turn, Ken is going to drive it in deep on the inside. They make contact. Contact in 3 and 4. Can they save it? Timac stays in front of Ken. And the 24 car, Timac, is going to win the NOSSCAR Endurance Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Oh my goodness. Let's go back and take a look at the big, huge run that Ken had on the inside. Here in the final lap, the 78 drives down on the inside, slides up into the 24. They both nearly hit the wall. Ken actually does. And it's Timac that was able to hold on to it to win the race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Caleb Starr 3rd, Punisher Drummer 4th, Kansas Kids 5th, Trouble for You 6th, Wood Dog 7th, Twitch Whiskers 8th, Man Anger 9th, Your Done Son 10th, Dusty 11th, RJ Haywood 12th, Squirrel Nuts 13th, Larson Rocks 14th, One Eye Rat 15th, and Tyler Scott 16th. What a race, folks. Catch us for round 3 at Dover Speedway coming up next weekend on Sunday. 400-mile event at Dover Speedway in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. Don't miss it, folks. It's going to be one heck of a race. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Go to NOSSCAR.com to find out more about all 3 A divisions, all 3 B divisions, and all 3 C division leagues that NOSSCAR sanctions and hosts on various NASCAR video games. We'll see you next time.